Let's take the example of apple. We can see an apple, we can touch an apple, we can taste after eating an apple, and there is always going to be the smell an apple have. Similarly, dog, we can see a dog, we can hear barking a dog or making some sounds, and we can touch a dog physically. And this example, bread, we can see, we can have a look at bread, we can touch it, we can taste it after eating it, and then we can smell it is going to be have a smell all the time. It is having a smell. So through these examples we happen to come to know that these are apple, dog, bread. These are nouns, and we know that nouns are naming words. Today we're going to learn about a special type of noun, the concrete noun. A concrete noun is something we can see, hear, touch, taste, or smell. In other words, if we can use our five physical senses to experience it, it's a concrete noun. So these three examples are the best examples of concrete noun, because we are using sense of sight, sense of touch, sense of taste, sense of smell, or somewhere else we may be having sense of means seeing, hearing, touching, and we may be having that the fifth one as well. But before going to go forward, let's have a few more examples in order to understand the concept of concrete nouns. So look at this sentence: the cat slept peacefully on the sofa. In this sentence we have to trace out, we have to locate which are the concrete nouns. So over here, the cat is a concrete noun. Similarly, we have another one, sofa. The cat slept peacefully on the sofa. So sofa is another example, because five physical senses can be used to identify cat and sofa. This sentence, she placed the book on the table, it has got two more nouns, and both of them, they are actually book and table. Both of them, they are the best examples of concrete nouns. The flower in the garden smelled sweet. So over here, flower and garden, these two are the nouns which are also called concrete nouns, and we can write them here quite easily. He drank a glass of water after the long run. So over here, water is there. He drank a glass of water after the long run. So water is the best example in this sentence of a concrete noun. The bell rang loudly at the end of the class. So over here, the word bell, that is a noun, and it is a concrete noun in this sentence. They heard the thunder and saw the lightning in the sky. They heard the thunder. Thunder is one example and lightning is the other one. So we can write them quite easily. Thunder and lightning. My grandmother gave me a blanket and a cup of tea. So over here, blanket and a cup, these are two examples. But we can also write, instead of cup, we can also write tea as well. So blanket is a concrete noun, and tea is also a concrete noun. I lost my keys somewhere near the park. So keys and park, these two are the examples of concrete nouns. The pizza was hot and cheesy. So over here, the word pizza is the best example of concrete noun. The artist painted a beautiful portrait on a large canvas. So portrait is over here and canvas. So both of them, they are the examples of concrete nouns. Now look at these two columns. The left column is abstract nouns and the right column is based on concrete nouns. So if we have to take knowledge, this is something that is having abstraction. It cannot be perceived through five physical senses. So this is something that is based on philosophy or ideas. So this is an abstract. Knowledge is abstract, but we can obtain knowledge through book, from book. So that book is concrete noun. Similarly, beauty is abstract. We cannot touch it, we cannot hear it, we cannot taste it, we cannot do it with the we cannot do anything with five physical senses to trace beauty. But if there is a beautiful flower, so this flower is concrete noun. Similarly, communication is abstract in nature, but the device that we use for communication is phone, that is concrete. Bravery is a trait, it is a feature, or it is a quality that is abstract in nature, and this is a noun that is abstract, but we can have the example of a soldier who is brave, so that bravery can be reflected through that person. So this is concrete. Cowardice is abstract in nature, and man is not abstract, rather it can be perceived through five physical senses. So this is concrete noun. Hope this will help you understand the concept, as we know that nouns are naming words, and we know that concrete nouns are those nouns which can be perceived through five physical senses, and those senses are sense of smell, sense of taste, sense of touch, sense of hearing, and sense of sight. So these five physical senses can be used in order to understand the name of a person, place, thing, whatever we find that. So anything that can be perceived through these five physical senses, we can call quite easily, we call them concrete nouns.